maybe it's time to put a locker on. We might get some spinning wheels, might get some smoke. Today we are going to fix the 80 series, and we are going to actually fix it the correct way. We've got a bunch of goodies from Delta to fix some of the caster issues and panhard bar issues and several things like that. We also have an exciting new look for it. Obviously it's missing a hood right now, and that's because we gave the hood that had all the stickers on it back to Nate, and he has it hanging in his shop as shop art. So we're trying to make the vehicle a little bit of our own over here on Outdoor Auto. So at the end of this, we'll show you the brand new hood and the new look for the 80 series. But in the meantime, we're gonna dive into this long list of things that we need to fix on it to get this thing back on the trail. Lots of cool stuff to talk about in all of this. Actually, some really, really cool stuff in all of this. So here we go. Let's put all this stuff in the truck. All right, so our first goodie bag is going to be new drop brackets for the panhard bar on the back of this vehicle, because it is literally sitting probably almost 2 inches off center right now. Just so you guys know, this is not sponsored by Delta. I bought all this and I actually paid full price for all of this. Delta is a fantastic company. It is a local company in Idaho. It's all made in America. And I really admire them, what they do, and they make high quality products. They are definitely not the cheapest products, but if you want to build a rock crawler and you need to make sure that nothing on it is gonna break and it's gonna be as solid as possible, that's a joke actually. If you're gonna rock crawl, you're always gonna break something. But if you want to have pieces that are as solid as you can possibly get, Delta makes great stuff. We're gonna go put this panhard bar on, this drop bracket, and fix the rear end of this vehicle so we can actually walk straight. It'll be rad. No more crab crawling. I'm excited about this. How hard could it be? What could go wrong? Who knows? We'll see. All right, so if you look back here, you can see the panhard bar is going at a fairly severe angle. Naturally, that is supposed to be basically almost horizontal. So we have to put in this bracket over here to adjust the height of it. First things first, we need to support the frame, and then we're gonna disconnect the panhard bar, get the drop bracket on. This could be a lot worse. It could be running into the spring right now. I don't know, guys, I don't wanna jinx us, but today might be our lucky day where things just go better. Bingo. Ratchet straps, guys. These things are the bomb. So much. They're actually tension straps. So Delta really knows 80 series, and they're making all these brackets to where a lot of people make good brackets for these, but you have to weld them in. See right here. This is where our panhard bar normally goes. We need to relocate this thing up higher. But in order to brace it so it doesn't just bend, because a lot of people just have stuff that welds on the top of here and makes this tower taller. That's not going to be as strong. So Delta made it to where it bolts in place using the same exact bolt holes right here. So now we've relocated where this is going to tie in here, but then it's further reinforced. It goes across here and it actually uses the same bracket for the trailing arm to further strengthen this whole setup. So this thing is not going to fail, because instead of just being taller and bending potentially this way or that, now it's completely solid. Did you fix it yet? You think you got it? Are you going to be the mechanic in the family?
Yeah.
That's good, because we need a real one. Okay, let's see. You think this is gonna go back in? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so the other thing that we got from Delta for this build was a center console and a shifter console. The reason that we did this is this car has like the most shallow cup holders ever, and I've already taken this on multiple long trips, and I've managed to spill 3 cups of coffee in it so far. The other thing was the center console, none of the latches worked, so when you were actually off-roading, it would like flap and just all of the stuff would just spew out all over your car. So they have this awesome center console here. It's very robust. It's super deep, which I love because that makes it to where I can actually fit a lot of camera gear in here. We also did a whole lot of work in wiring. So we wired in ports in here. So we have charging ports inside of the center console. Then we also have a whole bunch of USB charging ports here. And then we got their shifter console. So it has this cool spot built in. We did a new switch panel here just because the old one had a short actually. So we were able to switch that out. We've got our spots for additional wiring and power there and some future gauges. But yeah, these things are really nice. They're made out of solid metal. It's made exactly to fit in the original position. It was pretty easy to install. We even have some access for some future switches. I'm just going to 3D print plugs for these holes that I'm not using right now. And we'll come back to those later as more stuff and modifications happen to the vehicle. But the other thing is it gave me these 2 huge, excellent cup holders that can be adjusted or can even be folded all the way up and just have access to another big tray. Okay, so the next piece to go in is the new radius arms. So below is an old factory one. These are the poly bushings that we put in to correct the caster, but they can only correct 3 degrees. This aftermarket Delta arm is, first of all, a lot higher clearance. So I'm hoping it solves where our radius arm is catching on our steering knuckle. But also, these are way stronger. They're 1 inch longer, so they'll shift the drive shaft inch forward, so you have more clearance to keep the tires from rubbing right back there. Finally, these correct the caster. I think it's 5.3 degrees or 5.4. I'll double check and put it up on the screen. So this is going to be a much better correction to what we actually need. So while we're at it, I jack another problem off. It looks like it's bent though, because it doesn't even look like the way that it's torqued on the end. It's not even an even flow, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that thing is bent pretty good. Only bummer is I think those yellow bushings that are a terrible solution, I think we dumped, I think those are like $225 or something. Can't return those. I mean, they will work if you just happen to only need 3% correction. The problem is 3% correction would only fix like 1.5 inch lift. So the other thing that is actually a lot more noticeable than I would have thought is the axle being shifted 1 inch forward.
It made a big difference.
Like, look at how much clearance we have back here for rub right here. So if I adjust my bumps, like I think, because this is a true to size 38, 13 and a half. There's a chance we could fit 40s on here. We might be able to hit 40s. Okay, well, it's almost 11 o'clock at night. We've got the radius arms installed. We've got the drop bracket for the panhard bar installed. So tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up, I gotta torque everything, and we gotta give it a test drive. We're gonna see how this thing is driving. The goal is to get this thing to be lifted and still be just as stable as it was when I got it from Nate. Wish me luck. I don't know if that's actually possible, but we're definitely getting closer. Okay, stick around. We're about to take this thing on its first shakedown, but first, what do you guys think of the new hood? Okay, so we are here on one of my favorite shakedown trails. So this is Lost Trail. It is a medium, like a 4 out of 10 graded trail. So it's just enough to get everything flexed out. So when you're trying out new suspension like we are, I don't want to take it on a 9 of 10 trail the first time I go out, just in case I did anything wrong. So this is basically 4 of 10. It's a guided trail on Onyx, which means if you've never been here before, it has all the information about the trail, point to point. You can follow it along on your phone. So like if you're new to the Boise area and you're looking for a place to go test your vehicle and everything like that, look up this trail. Guided trail, tons of information, really, really great application for that. If you need a discount on Onyx, you can get 20% off with our code, OutdoorAuto. Our link is in the description. We're gonna go test this thing out, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it goes well. If it doesn't, we have the Tundra here as our recovery vehicle. I always bring backup. So far, the new suspension, those BP51 shocks that we put in here is incredible. Like, this thing rides so smooth on the bumps compared to how it used to. And the other thing is, we kind of channeled the body sway on this really well, and it hasn't been a big problem because of the new springs. So the body roll's kind of under control. Everything's going good so far. We are at the problems, so we're ready to do some rock crawling. Let's check bolts and then let's go do this. So we made it to the first problem. This one's called Gatekeeper. It's a fun problem in that it's got like a 24-inch rock wall, but as you climb on the right, it tries to tip you over into this rock on the left. So we got to go real high on one side, and it can start to feel a little uncomfortable usually. And then we work our way that way. Yeah. So right now, we already are spinning, so we're gonna go ahead and turn on our locker real quick. Get some air going. We're gonna lock the rear. And we're flexed out pretty good. That's the one cool thing about this problem, is it makes you 3-wheel a lot. So if you don't have a locker, you really need to learn how to use your traction control and give your traction control a whole lot of time to work. In this case, we're geared down nice and low. This thing's just eating this up. It's flexing right through it. We got plenty of grip with the tires. This is awesome. We would have been rubbing, so we had no tire rub on that. That was one of the big things where we shifted the axle forward so we wouldn't have tire rub. That was awesome. So far, we're not getting up on 3 wheels much. Going through all these problems, no problem. Yeah, I love it. This thing's so fun. There's a nice tree. This thing might be due for some a trail cleanup day. All right, so this is a perfect example of when to use Onyx. This Lost Trail goes straight ahead here. If I turn the wrong way, I end up on a 6 out of 10 trail instead of a 4 out of 10 trail. So while I'm trying to just keep it nice and easy as I flex and test everything out, I don't really want to end up on that trail. So I am going to use my map to stay on the right trail. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I'm severely dyslexic when it comes to left and right directions. So maps are good for me. They help a lot. Oh, lost the camera. Well, this one's gonna be interesting. This is kind of like the version of the wall for this trail. It's pretty steep. And this is basalt, so it's not like Moab where it has like sandpaper grip. It gets polished real shiny and doesn't have a lot of grip once you get up to that shelf. So this will be interesting. We might get some spinning wheels, might get some smoke. All right, so that went way better than I thought. And one reason, I just randomly decided to try the front locker, and it's on and it's staying engaged. So our air leak has somehow self-healed itself. So I'm gonna have to figure out what that is so I don't break it again in the future, but that made that so easy to climb up. If you guys noticed, we didn't spin at all, no wheel spin. 8 to 10 PSI on each tire makes that a lot more possible. And these Falcons have a soft compound. It's pretty sticky and it's getting pretty warm right now. So I think that had something to do with it too. So yeah, that looked too easy basically. That was awesome. All right, well, we made it back to our recovery vehicle, so we didn't have to use it. So everything went good. This thing did everything that I could have wished that it had done. It rides significantly smoother than it used to. And one of the biggest things was we were having our tires were binding up right here when we were fully compressing before. And with the new Delta arms, we moved that tire an inch forward, and I didn't have any tire rub this whole entire time. So I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, it worked great. I'm excited. Now we get to go home. I can't believe the front locker fixed itself. I'm gonna guess maybe I tightened the hoses and random stuff, just thinking, just to double check, and maybe that was it. So seems to be working. So yeah, pretty excited. I will see you guys on the next video.